In this video, I'm going to show you how I turned my 2008 Ford F-150 into a Raptor. At least the exterior is a Raptor. So, big project, but it was pretty fun. Here we go. Just got my new Fiberwerx Fenders, Hood. We're gonna take this and change it into a wannabe Raptor. Did the bumper last week, but I'm gonna show you how to take a 2008 Ford F-150 and do the front end conversion kit that's offered by Fiberwerx. So here we go. So I've removed all of the clips. They kind of look like this one here. Little plastic clips. There's one there, and there was a bunch of them under here. A bunch of them all the way around. They're kind of a pain, but I got them all off, got all the bolts off, and it is still on there. If you look down there, it seems to be there's something in between the fender and the bumper. So let's get that out. So this was a pain, but just so everyone's aware, there's a bolt there, and then a hidden one right there. It's all the way underneath, right there. You gotta get all of them out, then it comes free. This little clip goes in there. You gotta push that down and pull it out. It's the only way to get that off, so. Got it off. Not too bad. I hope this works. So that would be a waste of a lot of money and time. It's another screw on the interior. This is for the fender. Right there you have to undo. And then underneath the wheel well, right? But it's easiest to take off those two bolts and those two bolts. Oh, that one was a pain. So finally got it off, but it was a pain, I'll tell you that. It's that bolt right there. I had to use 10 millimeter. Most of these are 10 millimeters. Most of the ones on the fenders and the bumpers, even the hood, are 10 millimeter. So, but this one I had to get in there with my hand and just loose. Just got that fender off. Make sure you get every single bolt. So I forgot one. This one here, you have to open the door to get to. You get from this side. There it is. That's how you unscrew it. And I almost bent the crap out of my fender, so if I ever want to reverse what I did or sell these parts, make sure that they're in good condition, but luckily I caught it in time. There's that fender. And here's the new fender right there from Fiberwerx. Looks like they have decent products. This definitely needs to be painted. Got some stuff from the fiberglass. Probably gonna need to fill it with some Bondo or something and sand it. A little bit of damage during shipping, but it took like a month to get here, so I didn't want to turn it back for little things like this that I could fix. So there's that, but let me just run through 10mm bolts along the top there. That one right there was an 8mm bolt, and then there was one in the front right there, 8mm bolt. And then these really tiny ones that were in the liner here, holding the liner up. And then there was one here too, on the bottom. So make sure you get all those, or else you'll be ripping your liner off. So now we gotta do this side. This side's gonna be fun because of the antenna. So I don't wanna forget, but on the fender here, there's those 2 bolts and some plastic clips. I got those 2 bolts on the other side, but I forgot about the plastic clips, so it just kind of ripped them out. So if you're trying to salvage anything, make sure you get those too. Another thing is, this piece here is shoved up in the fender well, and that's the only way to get to this bolt here. Make sure when you see that, you can just pull it right out. It falls right out if you pull on it. So make sure you grab it so you can get this bolt out, because I've got this whole thing, this whole fender, all the bolts out except for that antenna and that bolt. So you don't want to bend anything. Okay, now the antenna. The whole thing's off, but it's all hooked still by the antenna. But the antenna is not holding this fender down. So what I did was, so it didn't fall off, put a screwdriver down one of the holes that was holding the fender on. We probably should have done this first, but gotta get this antenna. So I got something plastic, not to damage the paint. Just kind of work it around, see if we can get it off. See, I need 2 hands to do this, so hold on. So it actually takes a lot of force. You take it and just put it under there, and it'll pop right off. It's pretty loud. Just don't go too far, because then you're starting to pull up on this piece of metal here. You can see that. You don't want to do that. When this is sitting like this, you can't see that piece of metal, so you're just going to barely go in, and I went from the back and it popped right off. So now, take this off. There's some screws. Just take those screws off, and you can pull that antenna off. Gotta show you how hard this was to pull out. You don't really want to pull that hard because you think you might be breaking it, but this is for the antenna. Here's the 2 pieces. You gotta yank on it. It's the only way to get it out. And nothing broke. So don't be afraid to pull on it. So hopefully it looks okay. But I'm really hoping these holes that I had to drill will fit that new hood in that space between these 2 fenders, because otherwise I'm going to be drilling new holes and moving these fenders out or in. So just don't run into that same mistake I did if you plan on doing this. Okay, we got the hood on. Only problem is, when you close this, this starts to cross over on itself, and see that? Starts bending on that. This is as far as I can get the hood to close, so that's an issue. Okay, and we're doing the latch here. That's how it comes from Fiberwerx. So we have this piece we got off the other hood. So, all I did was set the light in here. All I did was put that there, measured, clipped it down, put the hood all the way down, and drew those lines. Started drilling those holes. Luckily they put a piece of steel in there for you. There's steel under this. So we're gonna screw it on now. See how it works. Voila. Works perfectly. I have to straighten that out a little bit, that fender. But otherwise, this truck's like starting to come together. Starting to look like a wannabe Raptor. Check that out. All right, we've ran into a big problem. So we got our hood on, fenders on, everything looks good, lining up okay. Gonna need to do some Bondo. Look at that corner. That corner looks like shit. I don't know why everything else lines up except for right there. But might have to get some fiberglass, kind of refinish that all off. But biggest problem now is try to put that light in there to see if it will even fit, and it does not fit. I drew these lines here. It's running into that. It's running into this piece here. All right, here it is, all done. If you want to see part 2 to see how I did the lights, and part 3 to see how I did the bed, please like and subscribe. But thanks for watching.